Okay, so this is going to be the second scrubby. So this time I'm going to work into the back loops for one of the rounds, and the reason I'm doing that is to let you see what the back loop only looks like, because it's important for coming to the hat. Also, I'm going to have a half treble row in it, just so that you're aware of the half treble stitch then as well. So we're just going to do exactly the same as we did the last time. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're not going to do that. Sorry, I was about to join the circle. So we're going to the very first stitch, and we're going to put 12 trebles in there. 1, 2, 3, sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm going to move it over, 10, 11, 12. Okay, they're all very much on top of each other, so we're just going to pull them out of the way. Okay, so the same as the last time, you're just going to slip stitch into that very first chain, so just in there. And it doesn't want to go in, so that'll do us now. So this time, instead of doing a treble round, I'm going to do a half treble round. So instead of chaining 3, you only need to chain 2. So there's your 2 chain. The half treble, this time we're going to do the same as the first scrubby. You have to do 2 in each stitch around, the whole way around. So for your half treble, you put your yarn over, you go into the hole, and you pull through, exactly the same way as if you were doing a treble. Only this time you put your yarn over and you pull through everything that's on the hook. You're going to do it again the whole way around this. So into your next stitch, put your yarn over, into your stitch, pull through, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, take off 2. Again, you're going to put 2 of these half trebles in every single stitch the whole way around. So half trebles is a lovely stitch. It's half the work of the treble and half the size of the treble. So it creates a lovely stitch. So just yarn over, and when you get to this point with 3 on, instead of taking off 2, you take off all 3. You do that the whole way around. So as I said, this is a smaller stitch. So if you're experimenting with your stitches going round in the circle, this one is a smaller one. So your double crochet is the smallest, and then this stitch, sorry, I'm doing the wrong stitch, this stitch comes next, and then your treble. And then there is another stitch after that, which is a triple treble, but we'll save that for a later date. So we're just working that half treble the whole way around. We're nearly there. And the beauty of cotton is as well, so if you're working something like a back loop only stitch, because it's cotton, the clarity of the stitch is going to be very clear, and it's going to be really pretty. So you're going to slip stitch in the same way as you did before. So we're on our third round, and the third round is where you do 2 trebles in the one stitch and 1 treble in the next one. So we're going to keep that. We are going to do the treble stitch, but instead of doing it normally in underneath here is where we normally work our stitches, we're doing it in the back loop only. So you've heard me talk before about the anatomy of a stitch and how it's made up. So this is your actual stitch. So in there, do you see where I have 2 loops on top and then my hook's in there clearly? That is your full stitch, because you have 1 loop. If I move that over, you have the 1 loop underneath and the 2 loops on top. So that's your full stitch. So what you want to do is, for the back loop, we are not going in there. We're going to turn our work slightly so we can see the top of the stitch. Now you have a front loop and a back loop. So we are going to only work into that. So first of all, you need to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, because we're going to do a treble stitch. Then we're going to put our yarn over, and we're only going to go into the loop. So there's the front loop and the back loop. So we're going to just go in there, yarn over, take off 2, take off 2. Now we're going to put a second one in there, so yarn over, take off 2, take off 2. Now we're working 1 into the next stitch. So traditionally a normal stitch again would go in there. We're not going in there. We're not going into the front loop. We're just going into the back loop only. And for 1, so 1 treble. Into the next one, back loop only, 2 trebles. 1, 2. Into the next one, 1 treble, back loop only. And if you have a look, you can sort of see that it's starting to lift. Now you don't know how effective it is really with the treble stitch, but it's something just to see. Usually it's just done with the double crochet, but you can see this is starting to form a ridge where it's sticking out compared to here where the stitches are all even and very flat. Here the stitch is sticking out. So we're going to continue that the whole way around. The next one we're going to put 2 in, 1, 2, and then 1 into the next one, making sure that you're not working in the front loop, you're not working in the hole, you're only working in that back loop only. So there's my 2, the next one will be 1, and the next one is 2, and again you can see the ridge starting to form clearly now as you get further and further around. Of course I've got a big knot in my work. It's a very professional video. Let's see, I'll unknot that. Okay, and in there, and here, and in there. So if you're not sure, you can check back. I know I've got 2 there, 1 there, so this one must be a 2, and then a 1, and then a 2, and 1. And as I said last night, you can experiment with these all you want. You can have them, you know, you could even have these as a washcloth. You know, you just keep going. You just keep making that increase each time. So this is an increase of 1 this time, and then the next one is an increase of 2. You're going to have to bear with me because there's someone at the door. Excuse me. How typical is that? But anyway, getting back to it. So 2 in here, and then 1, and then I know there's 1 there, so there has to be 2 in this next one. 1, 2, and then just join at the top of the chain 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in there, and pull through. Oh, I have quite a long end on that one. So if you can see, there is the ridge the whole way around. So it's lovely. And if you imagine that you had have done a back loop the whole way around, so you would have had a lovely back loop ridge there and then there as well. And what you could do to finish it off is you could slip stitch in the back loop only the whole way around as well, and that would also give you a very nice finish. So please play around with it. Don't be afraid to experiment and to try something new with those.